Hey guys, welcome back. I'm EDC Gunner, and today I have two OGs of the affordable watch collecting world. Two very capable but still affordable die watches that are today in 2021 legends. And back in the day, people used to do comparisons, which one's better, which one's which. We're gonna talk about that a little bit. But at the beginning of this video, and today in 2021 22, these two should be in your collection, both of these, and it doesn't matter which one's better. They are both OGs, and they definitely deserve to be in your collection, whether it's affordable collection of die watches or is it a higher end collection. These two have their own place, and in the late 90s they came out. Seiko came out first. That's Seiko 007, and afterwards Citizen came out. I think they were competing like they are competing now, and this was like the Citizen's response to the diver, for Seiko's diver. Both of these two watches are professional divers, professional ISO certified dive watches. Nowadays you can buy higher end, more expensive Seiko watches, and if you want to buy something that looks like this, you're gonna have to buy Seiko 5, which is not a true diving watch. It does not even have a screw down ground, and most certainly it is not rated for diving, because every dive watch has a divers on the dial that is a sign they are ISO certified dive watches. So there's a lot of going on for these two, but I'm really happy to have these two together next to each other and to be able to do this little comparison. Back in the days, the debate was the Citizen has a 60 bezel click, Seiko has a 120 click. They both have mineral crystal. They both have movements that are pretty much similar, except Citizen movement has a hand winding. But overall, I think today all those differences and whatever, they should be put aside, and you should have at least one of these watches. So my point of this video probably is like to point of this video is probably if you want to decide between one or two of these watches, should you decide. Seiko is the fan favorite. Seiko is the fan favorite for many years, and for a good reason. It's a good, reliable timepiece, just a classic timepiece that you can find in many collections all around the world. Even in a high-end collection, you will see somewhere at the corner of the watch box, you will see Seiko SKX 007 or 009 if you like the Pepsi version. I kind of prefer the black one. I always like the black one I always like the black one better a little bit though. So yeah. So as for comparison, Citizen is a good, worthy opponent to this watch. Citizen has been serving in the Italian Navy as a service issue watch for many years. I heard that on numerous sources, so I haven't really checked and verified. I guess it's up to you to check that information, but I heard it from several reliable sources, so I have no reason to doubt so. So it's been serving with the Italian Navy for a decade or more, and Seiko is just an icon, and it's very affordable watch. When it was being produced, it was around 150 US dollars, and now after they discontinued this model, the Seiko, now the prices have gone up a little bit, but you can still buy them on various sources and places online, like the Joma Shop, Creation Watches, Amazon, eBay, for around 200, 250, up to 300 bucks for the J version. That's the version made in Japan. It says here made in Japan. This is a K version, which is not made in Japan. But it doesn't really matter. It's the same watch. It's just for the prestige. And both of these watches are very awesome and cool. I have no idea how to compare them other than that, looking at them next to each other, I find the Citizen a little bit more attractive. I like the bezel design, the way they design the attention to details. Also, the dial on the Citizen watch here has applied markers where the Seiko has painted markers. But in the loan department, Seiko wins because they have a slightly better loan. That does not mean that Citizen loan is not good, just slightly better. They also have the frame around the date and the corner. Seiko is just a utilitarian. And overall 42 millimeters across the diameter. Between the lugs you had 22 mils for the Seiko, so you need a 22 mil NATO band, and Citizen has the 20 mil bandwidth. I reviewed Citizen recently. Seiko needs no review. It's just a great watch. Both of these watches have mineral crystal. Seiko has their own proprietary Hardlex crystal, which is a bit harder than normal regular mineral crystal, but they scratch up a lot. Both of these watches, the crystals, if you are not careful, they will scratch up. Also, the aluminum insert on the bezels, that will also get scratches. 120 clicks on the Seiko. Seiko is notorious for having alignment issues. I don't really care. Citizen, I never heard really someone complaining about the alignment on the Citizen watches. I like the bezel on the Citizen watch. I like these details. I like these turns and knobs and groovings. And overall, it's a just good utilitarian watch, and it kind of having that, maybe it's that connection with the Italian Navy, but it kind of feels more military. Also, the dial on the Citizen is dark black, while on the Seiko here is like the matte black, or like a gray, dark gray matte black. And I always like the dark black on Citizen better. Adds some red details, applied indices, but Seiko has a crown on this position here, which is really at 4 o'clock, and I don't know why Citizen decided to do a lefty on this watch, maybe to prove something to Seiko. I don't know what was their idea and thinking, but there's one issue with this watch. If you are not lefty, which I am not, it's kind of strange. So whenever I'm setting the time, this watch, I turn it upside down and unscrew it, and you have to do everything upside down. Otherwise, it's a bit weird and strange, but on the wrist, I like how it sits, and I really enjoy that from the Citizen. The crown, I have to say, the crown action on the Seiko is better as well. So case, Citizen has more angled case, while the Seiko's lugs are just straight. Let me just show you like this. So as you can see, the Seiko has taller profile. It's a bit thicker and bigger, and overall, like I said before, there was a debate whether you should buy Citizen or Seiko. And someone saying Citizen's better, someone saying Seiko's better, but I really I think that you should add both of these watches because they are so cool and so versatile. That is just incredible. Let me just show you quickly on the wrist these watches. Okay, here's a quick wrist shot on these watches, and this is on a 7.5 inches wrist, so it's perfect. It's very great. This crown here in this position at 8 o'clock is just comfy to wear, and both of these watches are on NATO bands, as you can see. These are aftermarket. The bracelet on Seiko is not good. Citizen's a little bit better bracelet, but usually they do come on a rubber band, so definitely these are very customizable. Speaking of customizable, Seiko is very customizable friendly, I guess you can say that, because there are lots of aftermarket parts compatible for this, so you can tune this, you can pimp this to look like or whatever. You can put GMT bezel on it, different dials, different hands, whatever. I like my watches to be original and neat, maybe change a strap here and there. By the way, these straps are from Vario Singapore. I did a couple reviews. I like these. They're ballistic Zulu nylon bands. These are perfect if you're into nails for me. And what's cool about these watches, these are now part of the history, especially the Seiko. And I think in that department, and prestige, history, heritage, and everything else, Seiko is a slight winner. But if you ask me, there are no true winners in this competition, and I do prefer the Seiko a little bit better, but not like this when they are side by side. When they are side by side, I actually my personal preference as Citizen, just like the design of this one a bit better. However, wearing on the wrist, Seiko is much more pleasing to me. I don't know why. Maybe the first time I saw it, and when the first time I unboxed it from the box, it just gives me that same feeling like the first time. So that's it. Seikos, the prices have gone up on these, so if you have one, hold on to it because it's kind of hard to get it by at the good old prices. So yeah, guys, that's it. Thank you for watching, and let me just quickly show you the loom. Okay, this is the loom shot, and the loom is pretty much the same, but Seiko has a slightly better loom. Take my word for it.